Hey folks, it is Kellen Nitro from Nitromaniac TV's wrestling channel. I got a little bit of a wrestle voice here happening, but I am catching up on some stuff from the weekend as the week progresses here and stuff. Tonight is my last night in NYC. I'll end up going to SmackDown Live tonight. I was already at the Raw after Mania, and now going to the SmackDown Live after Mania on Tuesday. But before we get to that, just want to do a quick Nitros take on the WWE Hall of Fame. Now, this ran parallel to the G1, so I didn't attend this in person. I ended up selling off my Hall of Fame ticket in my travel package to another attendee of the event on Saturday night. But I did come back to the hotel after the G1 and sit down and watch the Hall of Fame induction ceremony, and it will be a memorable one, partly for some of the right reasons, partly for some of the wrong reasons going forward. My first comment is I actually do like the new set that they did. I think it leads to less teardown and that stuff, and all they essentially did is put a fancy carpet out for everybody and chairs and that stuff, and then took one side of the ring ropes off, put a podium in the ring with, and retaped the ropes gold from NXT TakeOver the night before, and then of course they would, I guess, lock the building up on Sunday because they were all over at this stadium for WrestleMania, and come over for Monday and tape it all up for Raw. So as a company perspective and saving money, I totally understand why they did that. Really enjoyed the Honky Tonk Man's induction with the pink Cadillac and that stuff, and Peggy Sue and Jimmy Hart and the whole dog and pony show with that. The greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time is in the Hall of Fame. Tori Wilson was stunning. How she gets better looking with age is unbelievable. That's amazing. Still a real hottie. And Stacy Keibler coming back to WWE to induct Tori Wilson. That's pretty cool. This was kind of the snoozy part of the show, I thought. Hulk Hogan coming out to induct Brutus the Barber Beefcake. To me, that was really a kind of a real snoozy, man, it happened type part of the show, and that's it. I'm using a Wikipedia rundown just to kind of prompt my memory of everything here, of watching it. But this thing here was, Brutus was kind of that last minute addition to the Hall of Fame, I think. So it didn't really jive for me. Harlem Heat going in, well-deserved. WCW's big tag team of the 1990s going in. I thought that their speech was really good. I did enjoy their induction and their story. Booker T, a two-time Hall of Famer now, and Stevie Ray in the Hall of Fame finally as well. So, it's really cool that now we're at the point where acts from the 90s are actually getting recognized and that stuff, and Harlem Heat were workhorses in WCW in the mid-90s, man. Those guys were your lead heel tag team, and they talked about Sister Sherry and that stuff, and Sherry Martel helping them out. They were probably as good as any tag team act that WWF had at the time. Could you imagine what they could do in the new generation era in WWF with all that? That would have been amazing. And now the controversial bit, the Hart Foundation induction. Wasn't supposed to be. Natalia was, talking about the story and the legacy and that stuff, and how it was such an honor for her to be honoring her father's memory, and then handed it over to Brett, and then, the idiot rushed the stage, and, there's been the talk down here all week of what that idiot was thinking, and then at WrestleMania on Sunday, the talk kind of subsided, and we kind of moved on with what was happening with the card and everything like that. But I hope this guy faces jail time. I hope this guy is dealt with accordingly. much like the YouTube memes that have been going around with the U2 Simpsons involvement, where security's pounding the crap out of him. And out of that incident, Ronda Rousey's husband, Travis Brown, I've become a huge fan of. The guy shows the utmost respect to older performers and actually knows a lot about wrestling. So, hey, kudos, good for him. And Dash Wilder, man, the toughest right-hand cross in the business. He have fed him one, eh? Holy smokes. The Warrior Award finally going out to a person in which Warrior had designed the award for, you know? It was supposed to be for the unsung heroes behind the scenes in WWE, and Sue Aitchison is one of those. So, you know, kudos and good for her. Make-A-Wish, great charity. They do a lot of good stuff with kids. And, you know, John Cena, and we've seen it even at WrestleMania, the 600 from Make-A-Wish kid that John Cena made a wish come true for. So I'm sure that's going to be something he'll take for the rest of his life, and, you know, the family is really happy with. So, and that's really cool. Good stuff. Of course, I really enjoyed the DX induction. I thought that it was a good mixture of old school DX and, you know, kind of the new, let's shill everything, gaggy, let's make jokes about stuff, be funny and stupid DX that was out there. Very tasteful how they handled China, very tasteful speech all throughout, and it looked like it was enjoyed by all. So I will give the 2019 WWE Hall of Fame induction ceremony a solid 9 out of 10. Go and watch it if you haven't had a chance. It's a different Hall of Fame as we're kind of used to and that stuff, but it clocks in too at just under 3 hours and 30 minutes. So on a network. So it's not even a full 4 hour like pay-per-view or anything like that. I think that you know, you can sit back and listen to the stories and check out all the stuff during the Hall of Fame. Alright folks, I'm Kellen Nitro. Later days, happy wrestling watching. I'm working on getting content out as the day progresses here and that stuff. This is of course my last day in NYC, but just trying to make odds and ends and make way and try to see some stuff at the same time. But it's going to be a good one. We got SmackDown Live later tonight as well. All right, folks. See you later.